quick update on this weekend's runners from Brisbane and Victoria. Starting off with Caulfield. We've only got a small team of 4 horses down there, starting off with Quick Defence, Barrier 4, Craig Newett.
Well, he takes to Victoria, good New South Wales form, which arguably is stronger at certain times of the year. I think the New South Wales horses pulled their pants. Oh no, we didn't. Darren, we had 3 winners, didn't we?
Yeah,
didn't he?
did.
We had a few. Sydney trainers did pretty well. Mix, I guess it was a mix.
Yeah, fair.
So we take Quick Defence to Melbourne with a couple of good city wins next to his name. Loves the 1800, he's drawn well, and good strong rider in Craig Newett.
Yep.
Right.
And Naval Warfare, second up, Brad Rewilla.
Loved his first up run. Might have looked a bit one pace to some, but I think that type of run you'll see a horse improve quickly. So I think second up 1800 he's ready to go.
Okay, into the Easter Cup, Lifeless Ordinary.
A little bit disappointing first up. We've talked ourselves into thinking he's a good fresh horse, but probably a little bit plain first up. So
Nice.
Steps up to 2,000 metres. He looks to get in pretty well at the weights. And
Is he a better horse than Old Voodoo Prince?
Oh, I don't know. He potentially is for sure. But our Voodoo Prince, he used to win. This horse, he makes a few excuses for himself.
Okay, well, Barrier 1, there's no excuses there.
No, who rides?
Damien Lane.
Damien Lane. He hasn't ridden much for us. He's a good jockey.
My word, he is. He'll be riding plenty of winners anyway. So, race 8, Amavatio, Barrier 1.
Yeah, good run first up. Just loomed and probably peaked on his run. 1,400 metres, probably not perfect second up. But he gets it reasonably well at the weights. He's up the top, but that's nothing new for him. A few weeks between runs, 3 or 4 weeks between runs from memory, so should run well. Good jockey. Good jockey? Who's a jockey?
Brad Rewilla.
Good jockey.
Good jockey. Okay, Doomben. In the first we have X-Spec starting off with.
Yeah, he didn't get to the front the other day. He likes to lead and dictate, as we saw 2 starts ago, which he didn't win either, but it was a much better run.
It was a huge run.
I think it'll be good to see if they could get that track to dry out a little bit. They're continuing to get rain in Doomben, but weather forecast is pretty good leading into Saturday's race. So he's one of 3 runners in the stable in the race.
And we also have Irish Optimism. Lee Megorian takes over.
Well, Lee, of course, won the race that they ran in last start and rides Irish Optimism here, claiming the valuable 2 kilos. He needs a better track. Last 2 starts, the riders have said each time that the track's been too wet. Yeah, so hopefully we see a soft 5 or better.
And Houdini the Great is also looking for a dry track.
Same scenario. Soft 5 or better. He's a different horse. Anything worse, he's just another horse. So yeah, just keep an eye on the weather for both those 2.
Okay, race 2, Improvise, Barrier 3, Robbie Farad. Will she travel up tonight?
Yeah, travels up Wednesday night, which is a normal procedure. If they're racing on the Saturday, they get there early Thursday morning, settle in and have 2 days at the Gold Coast stable, and then travel up to Brisbane on the day. Her 2 runs back from her break have been very good. She ran in some good races towards the end of last campaign. A little bit suspect at the trip, but she's drawn well, get a soft run.
She'll be hard to beat,
Charlie.
She will be hard to beat. Then we've got a little bit of a gap, so Twig can have some fun for the afternoon and head back to race 7, where we have Tivoli Street.
Won his last 2, drawn a little bit awkward, but there's a big field, there'll be plenty of pressure on. Just sit back and have the last shot at them, I reckon, over the 1200.
Yeah,
try to gun him out of the barriers. I don't think he'll be strong late, so just look after him early and see how he comes home. He's certainly found a new lease of life in the Gold Coast stable, like most of them.
Okay, race 8, we have Fortensky. Ultra consistent, hasn't been out the 2 all prep.
Yeah, first or second. Pretty good, eh?
Outstanding.
In Sydney and Queensland, so another nice race for him. Gets into the race pretty well at the weights. Robbie Farad,
correct.
Rides, good draw, 4.
Correct, 4.
And as you said, brilliant form. He's the one to beat.
And Zumbalina, who's also hoping for a bit of a dry track.
Yeah, she needs a soft 5 or better. So again, check the weather guide, check the ratings the morning of the race, because she'll appreciate Queensland. Yeah, it's just a bit easier there for her, and she's just struggling a little bit in Sydney without going too bad.
Okay, best of luck. Quick update for Rosehill on Saturday, starting off with the Neville Selwood, where we've got a big team. It's like 1 foot in heaven.
Really nice horse with good European form, probably as good as form as you can get with a horse coming out here. Hasn't really shown us that on the training tracks or the trials, but I don't think that's anything to worry about. I think that's just the horse. So, provided we've got his fitness levels high enough, have we?
Yep, he's fit.
He'll be hard to beat. He's a class act.
He is for sure. Macintosh, very good last start.
Much better, just got a bit tired late, second up 2000, but only got edged out for second. Similar type of race, he's well suited at the weights, he'll appreciate the good track.
And McCreary.
Bad draw, but I'm looking forward to getting him up over 2,000 metres. I think he's looking for it. Just needs to get a bit of cover so that he can be explosive late. He should
appreciate it if there's a couple of mil of rain on the day.
He would. I don't think it's his. I think that was exaggerating the fact that he doesn't. That the mile's too short. He's run some good races on good tracks in Group 1 miles. I think it's a bit of a myth, but I think over 2,000 metres it won't be as noticeable.
Okay.
And the beauty of Rosehill, it'll have a bit of give in it.
We'll still have
completely different to a good 4 track in summer. It's just a beautiful track that's recovered well from last Saturday. It's a credit.
Well,
to
Monday
them.
morning it looked outstanding.
It looked great. It's a credit to them, and the bit of rain they've had's done the world of good, putting the track back in, as we said earlier in the week.
Okay, we also have Leopari.
Good run, last 2 starts. Not suited by the set weights and penalties. That's my only knock on him, but he's racing well.
Okay, then we have New Universe. He's slightly out of grade, but he's drawn well with barrier 2, 53 kilos, Michael Walker.
Similar race to last start, but as you say, he could have less weight than what he's carrying. Another 100 metres he wins. It is an extra 100 metres, but that doesn't mean much in a race. So let's hope he gets the same run from a similar barrier. He's drawn barrier 2 and just travels well, lets down strongly and chimes in 50 metres earlier.
Okay. Then we have Fox Play in the Emancipation. Kieran McAvoy, barrier 5.
Good run last start against the Group 1 sprinters. This is 1500, that's more her distance range. Brilliant run first up against the fillies and men's. She's another one that would probably be more effective on a soft track, but I wouldn't be looking in too much into it. She's going to run a race Saturday.
My work. Then into the Tulloch, where we have Augustus, last start winner.
Yeah, it's third up over the 2,000 metres. You could argue he's probably a little bit soft, but geez, bred to get 2,000 metres, this horse. I think he's come a long way mentally, this preparation. I think he's in for a really good prep, so obviously that would suggest he's a good chance on Saturday from an awkward draw. But we didn't see it Warri D'Argento last week. He was 3 wide throughout, got into a nice rhythm, he was happy, and duly won Group 1. Tangmere, there's a bit of timing about this horse. Some good judges have come up to me and said as soon as they saw the fields out that he looks like he's got a bit of class and coming right at the right time of the year. He ran the fastest last 200 in the Ram Guineas, did you know that?
Correct, I did.
And he got into an awful skirmish at the start, so just imagine him running midfield in the Ram Guineas going into this race today. You'd be pretty happy with him.
Absolutely, absolutely. Then into the Tancred Stakes, we have Who Shot the Barman.
Ran second in the race 2 years ago. Not much has changed since. He's a good, tough old stayer. He's going towards the Sydney Cup, obviously, and this is a nice race into that, weight for age.
Barrier doesn't concern him.
I'm sure they'll be talking about him as the Sydney Cup horse after the race. Let's hope it's with a placing next to his name.
Okay, and then Libram.
Yeah, good run last start over the 2,000 metre distance, probably a bit sharper than the Barman. So that would probably suggest he might have a slight edge over the Barman in a 2,400 metre race, but I think in the 2 mile Sydney Cup they'll be pretty even.
Unforgotten in the Vinery, going to continue winning ways?
Well, it was a good run last start. She obviously came through a setback in her first up run. She beat a good field the other day, and she came from last to beat them too. So I don't think 2,000 metres will be a problem. She just... And her style of racing, she's drawn a bit awkward, but she'll just switch off, get into a nice rhythm, which is important, and then power home and see where she's up against these Group 1 fillies. It's a few of the better ones there have drawn wide, but it's probably one of the better fields, or one of the better editions of the race for a few years.
Okay, not scared though. Into the Doncaster Prelude, we have Montauk,
great old horse. He won the Summer Cup last preparation. that was sort of second or third up 2,000 metres. I think he's on a similar path this time round. Look, I'm not going to whinge if he wins, but it surprised me a little bit.
Okay, Mr. Seawolf, barrier 9.
Good run in the Newcastle Cameron or the Newmarket.
Yeah, Newmarket.
The extra 100 metres will suit. And
He'll be hard to beat.
He was a bit fat first up, wasn't he?
He was.
So he will be hard to beat, and hopefully can cement a spot in the Doncaster the following week.
Absolutely. Salomon.
What more can you say? He's going good, isn't he?
He's flying.
Every piece of feedback we get from the track riders is positive. Probably more now than before.
About 6 times this prep, but he keeps just picking up another jack.
Just a great money spinner, and you see a horse like this every prep, every carnival, just sort of come from nowhere.
Zero to hero.
Yeah, zero to hero type style, and hopefully it's him.
Okay, into the last we have Black on Gold claiming 2 kilos off his big weight from barrier 13.
Not a bad fresh up record, this horse. Some of the better judges have noticed him too, I noticed. So look, he's a sister to Charlene.
He is.
And she's a sprinter. So this fella
there's plenty of speed in his legs.
Might be a good mile of this prep. So he's ready to run a race. He only had a short break after the Magic Millions. He's come back well.
Okay, My Nordic Hero returns.
Yeah, I think he's a promising horse. I'm looking forward to getting him rock hard fit, sort of 3rd, 4th up. He'll be in for a good prep. Whether he could beat these horses first up, I doubt, but he's come back well.
Up and rolling, blinkers on.
Blinkers on. Bad draw again. That's a bit of a boo-boo from the barriers. So yeah, he just needs a bit of luck. His last start run was brilliant. So was the start before that.
Blinkers improved him.
He was laughing when I told him he was going to have blinkers on. Just beautiful. So look, whether we get to use them from the wide draw, I don't know, but look, he's going well.
Okay, best of luck, folks. And just a quick update on Winx. What's going on, Chris?
Winx, well, first of all, she broke a world record last Saturday. Most amount of Group 1 wins. Can you believe 17 Group 1 wins? So, I don't know. It's just quite unbelievable, really. And it's the same pre-race nerves that were there 2 years ago. We don't go to a race thinking she's going to win. We're going to blow them away. We've got total respect for the happy clappers and the Kemantaris that took her on.
Do you enjoy watching her when you're watching her?
I hate it. It's petrifying. But you've got to respect the position that we're also in and say, she's we're bloody blessed to be in this position. But it's quite a different scenario. But my thoughts were, yep, she jumped well, that was good. Is she going to get in or is she going to be 3 wide? I thought, she's going to be 3 wide. There was no speed, so I didn't worry then. But then I thought, okay, it's going to be a dash home. Fortunately, Huey popped out and just got momentum and got her in that sort of 3 wide lane, clear air, and then she just
Kamantari in a little bit.
Yeah, she just starts to power up and get mobile. So I thought it was fantastic the way she levelled out. Sectional times told the story. You just can't run faster than that. I think she was the fastest of the day, including the sprint races, and it's unexplainable. There's only one way of explaining it, and that's her record. She's run 28 races, 17 in the Group 1 level, the last 24 in a row, 1100 to 2200. Good tracks, heavy 10 tracks. Handicaps,
good rides, bad rides.
Track records, no bad rides.
No bad rides.
No winning rides or bad rides. And it's just been a great ride, and well done for the owners for deciding not to take it to the world stage. We just felt that it could affect her longevity, and we don't know when the end is, but we want to be smart. We want to choose when the end is rather than us sort of be forced.
Dictated to.
Yeah, so I think by not taking her to the UK, we'll give her a few more runs into the spring. We won't set her for any race. We'll just take one race at a time. She doesn't have to win each of those races, but we'll have a clear picture of where she is after each race, and that'll determine when she goes to be a mum.
Beautiful.